What's up, Dog Pound? Everything good with the Orange and Brown Nation? We're back bringing that fire to our channel dedicated to the Cleveland Browns. Today we're diving deep into a hot topic that's got everyone buzzing ahead of the 2025 NFL Draft. The big question on everyone's mind, who will the Browns take with the number 2 overall pick? And spoiler alert, folks, there's one name gaining serious momentum, and he's coming out of the University of Michigan. That's right. We're talking about Mason Graham, the beast on the defensive line. So grab a cold one, hit the couch, and let's break down why this guy might be the missing piece to transform our team and to strike fear into our rivals. Make sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and smash that notification bell. We're just getting started. Do you think Mason Graham is the right guy for the number 2 pick? Hit the comments and let us know, because the Dog Pound's opinion is law. Before we get into Mason Graham, let's set the stage. 2025 is shaping up to be a wild year for the Browns. After a 2024 season that, let's be honest, had us all pulling our hair out, we ended up with a 3-14 record. That landed us the 2nd overall pick, basically like winning the lottery, but with the pressure of not blowing the ticket, you know? The Cleveland Browns are at a crossroads. We all know the offense needs some serious help, especially after finishing dead last in scoring in 2024, a measly 15 points per game. But the defense? Man, the defense is already a strength, led by Myles Garrett, who's straight up a predator on the field. And that brings up the big debate. Do we draft a quarterback to fix the offense, or do we double down on defense and turn this unit into an impenetrable wall? And here's the thing, Dog Pound. Fans are split. Some are calling for a QB like Sheeter Sanders, others are dreaming of a playmaker like Travis Hunter. But there's one name rising fast in analyst circles, and he's not a QB or a wideout. It's Mason Graham, the guy who could turn our D-line into a nightmare for offenses. Let's get to know this monster and break down why Cleveland.com is calling him the best pick for the Browns. What do you think, QB or defense? Drop it in the comments and let's talk it out. Now it's time to introduce the guy who's got NFL scouts buzzing. Mason Graham is a defensive tackle from Michigan. And seriously, this dude is a freak of nature. At 22 years old, he's already a 2-time All-American, 2023 and 2024. Which means he's been dominating college football. Standing 6'3", 310 lbs, he combines brute strength with crazy agility that leaves offensive linemen in the dust. Picture a player who crashes into the backfield like a runaway train, but can also anchor the line against the run like a brick wall. That's Mason Graham. In 2024, he racked up 21 tackles, 2 sacks, 5 tackles for loss, and 2 fumble recoveries. It's not just stats, it's impact. He plays with a fire that reminds you of NFL greats like Aaron Donald or even Christian Wilkins, as CBS Sports analyst Ryan Wilson pointed out. So, what makes Graham so special? According to NFL.com's scout Lance Zierlein, he's got an explosive first step, processes plays quickly, and has elite body control to shed blocks. His only flaw? He doesn't have super long arms, which might make it tougher against double teams. But with his energy and technique, that's just a minor issue. He's a natural disruptor. And you know the Browns love guys like that. So, Dog Pound, can you picture Graham lining up next to Myles Garrett on the D-line? That's like forming the NFL's version of the Legion of Doom. Drop your thoughts in the comments if you're hyped for this dream duo. And hey, don't forget to share this video with your fellow Browns fans. The whole nation needs to be in the loop. Now, let's get to the heart of it. Why is Mason Graham the perfect pick at number 2 for the Browns? First, let's talk strategy. The Browns already have a top-tier defense with Myles Garrett, the best edge rusher in the league, and rising talents like Mike Hall Jr. on the D-line. But we all know that the rotation needs more depth, especially with some veterans getting up there in age. Now imagine this. You plug Mason Graham into the middle of the line, pair him with Mike Hall Jr., and let Myles Garrett wreak havoc off. The edge, That's a total nightmare for opposing QBs. Teams like the Bengals with Joe Burrow or the Ravens with Lamar Jackson will have to think twice before trying anything. Graham demands double teams, which frees up Garrett and the linebackers to feast. Plus, the Browns are in a unique position this draft. The 2025 QB class isn't as strong as 2024's, and reaching for a quarterback at number 2 could be a risky move. Remember what GM Andrew Berry said? We're not going to make a pick out of panic. Choosing Graham is the smart play, grabbing a guy who's already one of the top defensive prospects and can make an immediate impact. And Cleveland.com keeps driving the point home. Graham could be the piece that locks down our defense for the next decade. But it's not just about numbers or scheme. Picking Graham sends a message. The Browns are getting back to that old-school AFC North brand. A football. Run the ball, stop the run, dominate the trenches. That's Cleveland. That's the Browns. So what do you say, Dog Pound? Are you ready to see this defense become a wrecking machine? Drop a comment with, Graham is the guy, if you're feeling the hype. Now let's dream a little, because hey, that's what the offseason is for, right? If the Browns draft Mason Graham, how does that reshape the team and the division? First off, our defense, which was already top 10 in total yards allowed in 2024, could level up to top 5 or even top 3. With Graham, we get a guy who not only stuffs the run, but also collapses the pocket from the inside, something we were missing in some key games last year. In the AFC North, basically the Wild West of the NFL, where it's all about physical teams and hard-fought games, having a guy like Graham is a massive advantage. Picture a game against the Steelers with Najee Harris trying to run up the middle. Good luck, Pittsburgh. Or against the Ravens with Lamar Jackson trying to escape the pocket. With Graham clogging the middle, Lamar's going to have to bounce. Outside, right into Myles Garrett's arms. And there's more. Graham isn't just an instant impact player, he's got that leadership mindset too. He was a captain at Michigan and is known for playing with passion and intelligence. That fits perfectly with the culture Kevin Stefanski is building in Cleveland. A team that plays with grit, that never quits, that represents this city to its core. And hey, Dog Pound, we got to talk about this. Drafting Graham could open up the Browns to go after a QB later in the draft or even in free agency. Guys like Jackson Dart or Jalen Milroe are being projected as mid to late round picks, and we've got 10 total selections to work with. We could seriously beef up the offense. What do you think? Would you rather go QB with that second pick or grab a beast like Graham and get a QB later on? I'm really curious to hear from the Dog Pound Nation on this one, and to hype you up even more, let's talk comparisons. Analysts are comparing Mason Graham to names like Quinnen Williams and Christian Wilkins, two of the best defensive tackles in the NFL right now. That's no small deal, folks. Those are game wreckers, guys who make clutch plays when it matters most. One thing I absolutely love, Graham plays angry. He's got that nobody's getting past me energy. That's the kind of mentality Dog Pound lives for. Remember when we used to see Myles Garrett wrecking QBs and the crowd going wild? Now imagine two guys like that on the same D-line. It'd be like watching an action movie. Explosions every snap. And look, the hype is building. Cleveland.com reported on April 16, 2025, that Graham is at the top of the Browns' wish list. And even ESPN's Jeremy Fowler said the team is being mysterious, but clearly considering Graham as a serious option. That means Andrew Berry is doing his homework, and we might be just days away from seeing this guy in orange and brown. I'm getting chills just thinking about it, Dog Pound. Are you feeling the hype? Drop a Go Browns in the comments to show that passion. We're wrapping up here, Dog Pound, and what a ride it's been. Mason Graham could be the key to turning the Cleveland Browns into a dominant force in the NFL. He brings power, technique, leadership, and that AFC North mentality we love. Taking him with our second pick means doubling down on what already works, our defense, while giving us time to build the offense with other picks or moves. But now, it's your turn, Browns Nation. What do you think about Mason Graham as our number 2 pick? Are you all in on strengthening the defense, or do you think we need to grab a QB early? And hey, if you've got another player in mind for the draft, drop it in the comments, because the Dog Pound always brings the best takes. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this video with your fellow fans. We're building something special here, and you all are the heart of it. The 2025 draft is almost here, and I know the Dog Pound will be loud, as always. Until next time, go Browns!